You might have just received a call or an email from a company you paid, asking you to cancel your dispute so they can issue a refund directly. It feels like kindness. They're trying to fix it quickly and be polite. But in the world of personal finance, this specific request is often a trap designed to bypass the very laws meant to protect your money. If you agree, you aren't closing a problem. You are voluntarily dropping your legal shield and handing full liability back to yourself. Today, we will explain why that courtesy offer can cost you thousands, how federal regulations like Regulation Z work as an invisible safety net, and exactly what script to use when they ask for this cancellation, so you keep your money safe without being rude. When a merchant asks you to withdraw your dispute before issuing a refund, they are not acting out of generosity. They are exploiting a gap in consumer knowledge that allows them to avoid the strict penalties imposed by banking regulations. Under U.S. law, specifically Regulation Z of the Truth in Lending Act, when you file a formal dispute with your bank over an unauthorized transaction or billing error, the financial institution assumes liability for that amount while they investigate. This is not just paperwork. It is a legal mechanism where the bank steps between you and the merchant to hold those funds secure. The moment you voluntarily cancel that dispute at their request, you terminate this protection. You are effectively telling your bank that the transaction was settled correctly by your own choice. Once that file is closed, any liability reverts entirely back to you as the cardholder. Quick resource note: I keep a curated set of Amazon search links in the description for books, gear, and tools relevant to this channel's topics. Some are affiliate links, so I may earn a commission at no extra cost to you. Please consider supporting the channel by using those links if you find something useful. This creates a dangerous situation where the merchant keeps the disputed funds and avoids paying fines or facing potential termination of their payment processing accounts. Data on chargeback fraud indicates this specific tactic is common among non-compliant merchants who rely on consumers not knowing that they have rights under federal law. If you cancel, and then the promised refund never arrives, or if it arrives days later when your bank has already closed its investigation window, you are left with no recourse. You cannot go back to the bank because you withdrew your complaint yourself. The merchant has successfully bypassed the regulatory process designed to punish them for fraud or errors in their systems. The confusion often stems from a social pressure we feel not to be rude. Viewers frequently fear that refusing an offer means losing their money forever, interpreting this request as a helpful shortcut rather than a procedural maneuver. You might think you are helping by being flexible, but the reality is far more rigid. When you cancel the dispute at the merchant's request, you drop the shield held by your bank and pick up the bill yourself. This switch happens instantly upon cancellation. The invisible safety net provided by federal law disappears the second you withdraw your claim. A legitimate refund can happen while a dispute is open. If they say cancel first, they are trying to bypass the rules that punish them for fraud or errors, ensuring no investigation occurs and no penalty is levied against their account. To protect yourself without creating conflict, you need a simple script that shifts the burden back where it belongs, with the bank's review process. When the merchant asks you to cancel your dispute so they can fix it, do not agree immediately. Instead, respond clearly by saying, "No, thank you. Please process the direct refund while keeping my dispute open." This statement is crucial because banks allow refunds to be issued during an active investigation without closing the case file. By refusing to close the dispute early, you force the bank's fraud department to continue its analysis of the transaction. If the merchant is legitimate and simply made a mistake in their billing system, they will process your refund immediately and provide a receipt that closes the loop with the bank automatically once the funds are transferred. This approach gives you immediate agency over your financial situation without requiring you to fight harder or be confrontational. You are not being difficult. You are adhering to the legal contract between you and your bank, which guarantees your rights under Regulation Z. If the merchant is fraudulent or non-compliant, keeping the dispute open ensures they remain flagged for further review based on the initial chargeback. The two actions, getting a refund and maintaining protection, are not mutually exclusive. In fact, closing the file prematurely removes the leverage you have to ensure that refund actually arrives. By insisting that the refund be processed while the investigation continues, you create a dual layer of security where your bank holds the funds until the merchant proves they can deliver what was promised. Understanding this dynamic changes how you view customer service interactions in financial disputes. You should understand that being polite in these specific scenarios can be costly if it means waiving legal protections. A refusal to cancel a dispute at this stage is not about being difficult. It is about adhering to the laws that govern your credit card usage and protecting your hard-earned savings from potential loss. The merchant's request is an attempt to exploit a loophole, but once you know how liability works like an invisible shield held by the bank, you can navigate these interactions with confidence. You are not just managing a transaction, you are enforcing a system designed to keep merchants honest and ensure that when errors occur, the responsibility falls on those who made them, not on you. Thanks for watching all the way to the end. I am a one-person team working hard to make each video better than the last. Subscribe if you found value. It is the best way to show support. Drop a comment with your biggest takeaway. See you in the next video.